looking for a side hustle or looking for a way to make extra cash while you're at university, let's face it, some of us are swamped with work right now, but you want to make some extra cash. Tune in to find out how you can make extra cash while you're busy at work. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to my channel, Confessions of a Doctorholic. My name is Hafsa. I'm a third year medical student, and today I thought it would be really cool to talk about ways you can make money while you're at university. So money really does matter, and it can make or break your university experience because ultimately it affects how you spend money and if you can buy cute new outfits or if you can spend money on some weird experiences. So I thought I'd share with you some ways you can make extra cash on the side. So number one is finding a job. Okay, I know, cliche, that's something that everyone says. But what I mean by this is finding a university job. So I absolutely love university jobs because they pay really well and they also understand that you've got other commitments, as in you have to pay attention to your grades and you want to perform the best way you possibly can at university. So I really enjoyed my job at Deakin University. I found it on Deakin Job Shop, and so I worked as a PASS leader, which stands for Peer Assisted Study Sessions Leader. And basically, if you've done well in a subject, they send you an email and they ask you if you're interested in this thing, where you kind of facilitate a session. So it's kind of like you host a session and you're teaching them, but you're not really teaching them because ultimately these students need to rely on themselves. And in a way, you can kind of get away with saying something that's wrong because you're not the lecturer. So basically it involves making activities, and my subjects were biochemistry and biochem metabolism. So the way I study best is by making multiple choice questions. So I had multiple choice question sheets, and then we would work through it together as a group, and the group would have to discuss it with each other. But that's just an example of an activity. Another job which I found on Deakin Job Shop was working as a Deakin University ambassador. And what's really cool about uni is you can spot people that are working for uni because they all have these colorful t-shirts and they've got Deakin University on the t-shirt as well. So you know that they're working for the university. So as a Deakin University ambassador, I would basically have to talk to high school students, sometimes parents as well, and they would ask me specifically about biomedical science and if I've enjoyed my experience. And all I have to do is be honest and show them where they can go to get extra information, which was pretty easy, paid really well, 28 to 30 bucks an hour. And as a PASS leader, I had 3 hours a week, except the week where we'd have a massive meeting. And I get to pick those hours. I pick the hours. So 1 hour was me going to the lecture of the week, and I could watch it online. So say if it clashed with one of my lectures, I could watch it later. 1 hour was dedicated to prepare for the PASS session, and that was a time which I chose because it's like I could do it at night, I'm still paid for that hour. And the final hour would be the same every week, and that's the hour that's dedicated to the students. I usually try to pick a time that doesn't clash with everyone else's class so that more students can come to the session. Also an hour that's suitable for me. So I wouldn't pick an hour that clashes with some of the other subjects. Working as an ambassador was also quite nice because they would send you an email of the jobs available for the next week, sometimes the next month. The only thing that was compulsory was the Deakin Open Day, which is the day that students come over and see what the university is like, but that's held on Sunday, so that doesn't clash with anything anyway. And apart from that, I pick the hours that I work. So if I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed one of the weeks, I don't really have to work that week. Another thing that you can do is work for yourself. And I know that sounds like such a weird thing, like if you don't own a business, how can you do that? But here's the thing, if you have something to teach, for example, if you're absolutely incredible at animations or you're really good at editing photos or editing videos, you can upload those classes on Skillshare or Udemy. And I haven't tried that yet because I don't have anything to teach people, but that's something that you could do. Another thing you could do is that if you have a skill, for instance, if you're good at making audio intros for podcasts or for the radio, you can actually put that on Fiverr and people can pay you for doing work. If you've got a YouTube channel that's going and you've got a heap of followers, you can make money on YouTube. And if you're a gamer, you can make a heap of money on Twitch. Apart from that, something that so many students haven't realized, and I'm stealing this idea from some of my law friends, they sell notes online. If you're living in Australia, there's a website called Student VIP. So many students use that, and that's where you can sell your notes online. Some people feel a little bit weird about it. I never had really good notes because I tend to study directly from books. And I'll explain my study technique in another video. It's quite efficient for me, but it's not for everyone. So if you're someone that has amazing notes, and I know sometimes with law school, they have to have a heap of notes and sometimes they take those notes to the exams with them. I mean, the extent of law that I know is an affidavit. I still don't know what that is, but that's what I've learned from Suits. And yeah, so they have incredible notes. It looks quite scary because their books don't have any pictures. And as a medical student, I really need my videos and pictures. So don't judge me. But those look quite scary. So I feel like it's fair. They sell their notes online. And if you're interested or if you're running behind, some people choose to buy those notes. So you could buy them from Student VIP. I reckon it's available. They've got different sites for different universities all over the world. So you could do that. And what's really cool about Student VIP is that you can choose what university you go to, what specific unit this is. So say, since I went to Deakin University, I can specifically pick Deakin University. I took biochem at Deakin, so I could say, okay, Deakin University biochem, these are the specific notes for that. And you could sell that. You could also sell some of the books that you've used, and that way, instead of carrying books around, and I know, like, I've got a heap of friends that love having a hard copy of their old books. They look at it, they look at the memories, but the way I feel about it is that I tend to move around heaps. I don't like having clutter, and my room's quite tiny as well, so I don't want to have that space taken up by books, and I've kind of gone paperless. And you'd be surprised, so many students are interested in buying that because that's a little bit cheaper than buying a book first-hand, brand new. And finally, another job that I think is really cool is an online job. So the really cool thing about an online job is that you can do it at any time and from any place in the world. So I'm currently employed by Osmosis, which is a medical company that makes videos, and I'm an OMEF, which stands for Osmosis Medical Education Fellow. And that sounds really cool and really fancy, I just realized right now. And the reason why I've got this job is because I use Osmosis to study. I've got a pro account, so they've offered that to me. Alright guys, so that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time.